tools for long-lived happiness aren't necessarily found in stores, but at Zettler Hardware. The key, maybe,
Smile.
right up front.
Millie Fiesel, our cashier.
Well, I told her she was my hero.
Time-earned respect.
How old am I? 99.
She's part of a family at this point. I've known her since I was around 8 years old.
How are you doing, young lady?
Millie's been a constant during decades of change. She says she found herself in the aisles of the family-owned store by first
I was
working with the family.
over at Zettler's, helping Mrs. Zettler out.
She started with my mother.
Seen that they was needing help.
She had come into the store one day.
They told me I could go over there and work.
That's been the case for approximately 60 years.
Let that
1874.
register. A receipt of service roughly 60 years long. A standing record here.
The most I've seen her sit in the last 2 years is during her interview here, just a couple minutes ago.
Oh, I wear comfortable shoes.
She's still as witty as she ever was.
The longtime widow counts on coming in 4 hours a day,
From 8 to 12,
5 days a week.
all the weekdays.
You can't not think about Zettler's on Harrisburg Pike without thinking about Millie.
Why in the world are you still working?
Because I just like to get out.
Raised during the Depression as the middle child of 10 kids, Millie's now a matriarch.
She's a good gal.
Actually a great-great-great-grandma.
She's still always there for us.
Out working
Oh, yeah.
her kids.
Yeah, that's what we say.
Susie Allen and Jack Fiesel say their mom still has grit.
Cleans her own house, does everything herself.
Lots of it.
Shovels the snow and rakes the leaves.
I don't have any secrets that I know of. I'm not a picky eater.
She still drives, which amazes me as well.
Her commute takes her just down the street. It's about a mile from the store parking lot to her home.
Am I scaring you?
She does pretty good.
Right along with the traffic.
Well, at least I'm not drinking.
I've never heard her complain once about anything,
Well, one thing.
other than maybe the snow.
I don't like to drive when the snow's out on the ground.
About the only time she'll call off is if the schools call off.
Her math,
8:58.
managers say, comes out just fine,
Out of 10.
even when technology
Uh-oh.
doesn't.
Just a minute. Well, me and the computer sometimes have trouble.
No trouble reading people.
I'll be 89 in a few months, so long as I look at her and see her, I gotta hope that I can make it.
At any age.
He'll make it.
We see a lot of the high school kids and the younger kids in here, and she definitely teaches them to stick with it.
I love her.
Yeah, makes your day.
And I'll bet she smiles in her sleep.
She has no
I
plans
need a price on these.
to check out and retire. And while tools guaranteeing long-lived happiness may not be for sale,
Just
Millie Fiesel
try not to worry too much.
has customers and coworkers sold on the idea it's possible. Mike McCarthy. Good day, Columbus. Not every day may be perfect, but find a passion, and those days can be weathered.
On this, we're just walking around, we're looking at the different lights.
It's why Sergeant Chris Hasty says this is a good day,
It's calming.
even if he'd rather fly.
And we just go up here and we check the rotor blade.
Hasty joined the Ohio State Highway Patrol 18 years ago.
It's just something that you're born to do. I love flying. I've always wanted to be a pilot ever since I could remember.
As a highway patrol pilot, he helps with manhunts and more. He says it's the mission to make a difference that fuels him.
It's pure enjoyment. I love both of my jobs with all my heart.
Both jobs?
Yes. We're going to fly on the KC-135R Stratotanker today.
Sergeant Hasty is also Senior Master Sergeant Hasty with the 121st Air Refueling Wing, based at Rickenbacker with the Ohio Air National Guard.
All right.
Others do the flying. Hasty's in control in the back.
It's not for the claustrophobic, that's for sure.
He's a boom operator and runs what amounts to a big gas station in the sky.
Ah, there they are.
There they are.
Refueling jets mid-air.
First page of our manual actually stipulates that the operation of two aircraft within close proximity of one another is inherently dangerous and should be avoided at all costs. So you're going to get another airplane flying at 200 miles an hour within 30 feet of you, and you're going to reach out and touch it with a probe and give it fuel.
Hasty has served more than 20 years with the Guard. This flight was training, but just this past summer he supported jets fighting the war on terror in Iraq, Syria, and Afghanistan.
Thanks for the help, guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
Public service and service to my country was always something that was just born in with a military background in my family, and having been born on the 4th of July, you just kind of just go that route.
When he's not at the base or at the State Patrol's hangar, he's serving as a dad and husband.
My wife makes fun of me quite often. The only way she knows what I'm doing from one day to the next is the color of the uniform that I put on, and I have more uniforms hanging in my closet than I actually have civilian clothes. I think I have one pair of jeans.
He wears his passion on his sleeves. And when it comes to protecting his community, state, and country, for Chris Hasty, the sky's the limit. Any day. Even with proper ingredients, a recipe can go wrong.
Actually, I never knew I liked cooking. I thought I hated it.
Nikki Plumley
But I love it.
is trying to make things right.
Yeah.
And boxes built for lunches hold just enough space for her hopes, too.
Yeah, freedom from drugs, from the street life, from prostitution, from human trafficking. It's a lot of freedom of things, you know?
All things.
Yeah.
She's trying to overcome. She says loving parents with her good upbringing couldn't compete with a boy who led to drugs, which led to at least a dozen stays in the Franklin County Jail over a decade.
My mugshot started when I was 18, and you can see where my drug addiction got worse. I really believe if I wouldn't have got help then, I probably would have been dead by now.
Help from her parents, she says, got her here.
Yeah.
To a non-profit catering company.
The whole name of the place is Freedom a la carte.
Catering to recovery.
Freedom a la carte is a workforce training program that hires survivors of human trafficking.
April Thacker manages the cases of the 6 women working in the kitchen and 60 more getting a menu of support services.
I came into Freedom as a survivor myself.
Last arrested in 2010, she says her record long hid the whole picture of her potential. Her nourishment for self-sufficiency now gets made from scratch daily.
It's not just a job, it's a community.
And here, like, they give you a chance.
Taking girls to opening checking accounts, saving accounts, doing budgets.
We've helped them to find their own independent housing. They're regaining custody of their kids.
Executive Director Paula Haynes says the Cause cuisine started small.
It's astonishing.
Served from a seasonal cart almost 10 years ago, the appetite to make a difference has grown into a professional scale kitchen run by executive chef Jess Levy.
It's really just building them up as people and just building their confidence.
Business is great, absolutely. The last 2 months we've had our largest months ever.
Because our food's great.
Recently,
All right, what would you like?
and for the first time,
Gotcha.
pastries and more have gone on sale at some Columbus libraries. And Freedom's made a mark providing food at the State House. It's picked up enough catering contracts.
And this shows all of our orders coming up for next week.
To double business the last couple years. But serving survivors
Love your face.
remains the top order. In the last 2 years, Freedom has employed 50 women, but just more than 20 have transitioned to jobs in the community. Most, 85%, haven't faced new criminal charges.
You know, it's difficult work. There isn't a lot of success, but every life saved and every life that's transitioned into one of independence and freedom is worth it.
Nikki Plumley admits she relapsed with drugs 6 months ago.
Them not pushing me away, I think, was the most important thing that they've done for me.
A recipe for recovery takes commitment. And she says Freedom a la carte sure delivers.
A life. I've received a life.
Mike McCarthy, Good Day, Columbus.